Hi everyone, how you doing? Today we are going to be packing my Triumph Thruxton 900 and getting it ready for the 2026 Adventure Bike Rider Festival in Ragley Hall in Warwickshire. Now that is on Thursday, today is Monday, and I've not started packing yet, so we've got a lot of ground to cover, but we'll get there, hopefully, at a reasonable time. I don't think there's anything better you could be doing at 10 o'clock at night. Let's go! There's nothing glamorous about doing this. It's always a mucky one that you always seem to put off when you come back from somewhere, but do you know what? It needs done. So these bags are made by Kappa Motorworks. Now, I'd never actually heard of them, but I'm going to be honest, I was looking for some large 20-litre bags that I could throw on the back of my Thruxton and have quite a bit of flexibility. There's not a lot of options in that space unless you want to go and start spending crazy money. Anyway, long story short, there are more expensive ways to do this. These are about £340. Which isn't actually that bad. It's not bad at all. I've had these for about 6 months. They've done me general use. They have been Applecross with me. That's where the majority of this dirt came from. And do you know what? They've actually been pretty reliable in that sense. Oh, I don't know how reliable a bag can get, but we got absolutely soaked in Applecross. And I'm going to be honest, these bags did not let in maybe a couple of mil, but they generally did not let in much water at all. In that regard, you really can't complain, can you? So we'll get these cleaned up and then we'll do a little kit guide of what I'm taking, what I took last year, and what I think I'm actually going to use. You really don't realise how messy these get. Right. So as a lot of you'll know, there's not always fittings that go with your bike. Usually you get one of these, but when it comes to certain seats, sometimes you've got to improvise. So the seat on the Thruxton was too narrow for the standard Velcro over closure. So what we actually did, we got screwdrivers and we punched holes in these to tighten it up a little bit, and then we just put a zip tie through it just to bring it in a little bit more. So yeah, works a treat, and hopefully it will continue to give me many years of service. Right, let's go and fill my stuff. I feel like John Wayne. So that's the bags back in, but what we need to do first is we need to fix the wires on this little Aaocci head unit. Now I have it plumbed under the tank of the bike, under the seat, and then piggybacked off of the charger for my Optimate. So it's a switch live as long as it goes into my bike trickle charger. Which, is that a switch live? Anyway, so I'll show you the problem here. What we have is a little bit of sag that comes out. Now this runs under the tank and up and out. Goes to my head unit. So it goes under there, under the seat, piggybacks on back down there. What we need to do, we need to clean this up and make sure that this doesn't move, because this gets very hot, and what we don't want to do is we don't want to burn that cable, because if we burn that cable, our sat nav is toast. So let's not do that. Let's have a crack at it. In my short but sweet time with this bike, this has got to be my least favourite regular occurrence, and that is getting these bolts out from under the back of the seat. Not bad. if your hexes are magnetised. Bit trickier putting them back in though. Right, so we're just going to crack this seat off. We'll try to fix this wire and just make it a little bit tighter. So let's get this up and out of the way. Feed you up there. I actually need zip ties. Shit. Hold on. I need zip ties. I'm planning on bringing a bunch of these just because you never know when you're going to need them. I might zip that there. So that stays nice and tight. No hook, no dragging. Good. Because I'm just going to do this. I need my snips. There we go. That's out the way. That's in there. Hidden, done. Munchy. There you go. Thanks. The magic bin. This guy can hang here, and this guy needs to just get a little bit more out the way. Can't have dangling a bit too far. This is like 10%, so nobody doesn't steal anything. Like 90%, so that this wank contraption doesn't kill itself. This is my fine Chinese CarPlay system, don't you know? That if anyone had that in a car, oh my god, I'd kill them. On a bike, don't worry about it, man. Just a bike. There you go. Right, not the neatest job, but there we are. Nicely routed there, nicely routed there. Not a lot of slack, just enough for that to turn around and plug in, and we've got no trailing. We have full. I'm going to show the camera. Full left and right without snagging this little guy here. Full right, full left. No worries at all. That's enough, that's what you want. That kind of level of slack is roughly what you want. Not too much, not too little. If you leave it too tight, whenever there's bumps or if you maybe turn in quick, you're going to get a little bit of resistance there. There's no resistance at all. There's just a little bit of slack. Over the miles, vibrations, turning the bars repeatedly left, right, that is going to work itself a little bit loose. So when you get to where you are, just do a wee visual check around the tank, make sure your wires are still sitting where they should be, and you'll be fine. There you go. Always just do your wee check, because the last thing you want is that to come off and just skedaddling down the road. Not a nice way to go. Right, so we've got the bags back in, so let's get them on the back of the bike, and we'll get the tent on, we'll do a test fit everything and make sure we're where we want to be. I can never remember what weigh's front and back on this. That look about right? Yeah, that looks right. Bags on. Now for the messy bit. Round the back, there's essentially bungees that you would have seen when I was washing, and they need to be connected at the back. There's 3 of them. They attach to the Bonneville frames that I've added, and once they're on, these bags are basically nailed to the side of the bike, and I'm going to have my tent across the top, so that should hold everything in place. There we go. That's that side. I don't know why this side's so tight, fuck me. Whew. Right, bags are on. Bags are on, going nowhere. All we need to do now is drop the Wingman tent on the back. Just want to make sure it's at least close to even. And then we can get everything strapped on, get inside, get some clothes sorted. I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be packing, and when I come home I can do a wee review of exactly what I used, as disgusting as that may be or not. So yeah, let's get the tent on, get a wee drink of tea, and get on with it. So here we have a Wingman of the Road Goose. This is my tent of choice, absolutely love it, swear by it. If you're thinking about it, just buy it. Because if you love the idea, you'll absolutely love it. Oh, nothing makes me laugh like seeing a bike that has loads of stuff on it but has no business having loads of stuff on it. Right, so for anyone that's maybe unfamiliar with these guys, these are rock straps, absolutely fantastic. I was using a varying amount of other straps, which I'm going to be honest, they're not bad. They did a job for me for long enough. I really wish I'd bought these sooner. So simple to fit, so simple to use, and you can use the clasp when you get gloves on. Need I say more? So what we're going to be doing with this one, guys, very simple, is looping this hook round. It's literally loop it around like that. Pop this side through the hole, like so. Get a pull. And that's one side. We are going to be doing the same thing on this side. Loop that around. Pull this through. This is your short side. And all we're then going to be doing is literally just giving that a little bit of slack. Pulling this guy up. And just give it a nice little pull. I'm only doing one side at the moment just to show you how it's done. Nice and easy, great bit of kit. So we got there with the luggage. Hopefully that helped. When I first bought my Thruxton 900, I really couldn't see a lot of videos on how people did the luggage setups, what they bought. So if you get any questions, please just shoot them through, because I think I looked at every permutation of pannier rails, fitted boxes, canvas bags, roll bags just to go on the back, and this was the system that worked for me. I think with a canvas swag on it and the two leather bags, it's a really classic look that really actually complements the Bonneville quite well. It's a classic looking design, and that kind of authenticity, especially with the buckles. For me, it was the buckles that sold me on these bags initially, because they're very, very close to the buckles that you see on the Wingman. You can't see them because they're actually under the tent at the moment. They are pretty much identical. And sometimes a little bit of consistency like that is what just sells the whole thing. One more thing to show you. I have my tank bag here. I don't believe I've shown it before. This is a black veg tan leather Goldtop. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic bag. They're not the cheapest, but I can just show you this. I think it featured very quickly in my video when I went to Stirling. Probably just saw it in the background, but the lines in that, absolutely gorgeous. Probably about as waterproof as a woolen sock, but who cares, it looks lovely. And it comes with this nice little leather strap included as well that you can just hook on and use it as a bag when you're walking around. I use it for things like my neck tube, I keep my bike lock in there, and then when I get off the bike, it means I can just take everything with me. Nice simple magnetic, and it comes with me. So, thoroughly impressed. If you're thinking about one of these, let me know, and I'll actually do a bit of an in-depth review on it because it's fantastic. I've got a few other Goldtop products. Sadly, I don't think my Rebel 617 jacket will be coming with me, purely because it is meant to be a heat wave. I think we're meant to be getting about 34, 35 degrees next week. So, yeah, the last thing I want to be there in is a AAA leather jacket with a quilted lining. I think I'd come back with an extra layer of skin with a few buttons in it at that point, so not worth it. I'll be taking my RST mesh suit instead. But you'll see more of that when I'm there, if I actually get around to making the video this time. Hi guys, thanks for sticking around and making it to the end. I hope you've enjoyed the setup of my Thruxton 900. Hopefully I'll have some footage of it down in Warwickshire at the Adventure Bike Rider Festival for this year. There is going to be a video on the clothing and what I'm looking to pack for the ABR for this year. I'm going to try and get that cranked out tomorrow. Unfortunately, I've just run out of time tonight, so please keep an eye on my channel, subscribe if you don't already, and yeah, I'll show you what I'm packing, what I used last year, and lessons learned going into this year. And then I'm sure we can do a recap afterwards in terms of if I was right or if I was horribly underprepared. But thanks everyone, really appreciate it for you. So, catch you later. Cheers.